Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nurhaliza Meidiana from PALEMBANG. In this video, I'm going to retelling the article about English teachers' strategies in managing large classes and students' perception towards their English teachers' strategies. The study aimed at finding English teachers' strategies in managing large classes and student perception toward their English teachers' strategies. The other are Miss Ane Marzlina, Miss Dian Erlina, Sir Muhamad Holandyah, Sir Kasina Harto, Miss Deta Devsvitasari, Miss Desi Anggreni. The problems was to findings demonstrated that planning the lesson, organizing and controlling the students, managing classroom communication and talking time, then giving written and timely feedback on students' works were the strategies applied by the English teachers. The use of this strategy was positively perceived by the student that they could have a better understanding, practice mutual respect, and enjoy the lesson. This study involved 4 English teachers and 10 students at one state madrasah sanawiyah in Palembang, Indonesia. The data were collected through observation, interviews, and document review. The thematic analysis was conducted across a dataset. This study using several methodologies, including first, research, design, participants and local of the study. In this study, we use a qualitative research design with a case study approach. We use this approach because the major data collected in the form of qualitative data to find out strategies of English teachers managing. In selecting participants of the study, we use purposeful sampling technique. Our research participants consisted of 4 English teachers and 10 students at one state madrasah sanawiyah in Palembang, Indonesia. Second, data collection and analysis. Interviews, observations with note-taking, and document review were employed to collect the research data. Direct observations were conducted in each classroom. Then the participant was interviewed to obtain information about teachers' strategies in managing large classes and students' perception towards their teachers' strategies. The data gained from observation and interviewed were analyzed by using thematic analysis. Then we use the coding process to generally a description from the data. We made themes for the code that interconnects the themes. Lastly, we made personal interpretation from the themes and code as the final summary of the research concerning the research questions. Third, ethical consideration. In this research, we used triangulation to validate the accuracy of our research. Finding gain from data collection, we applied a technique of methodological triangulation in this study, in which we used a different method on the same object study to obtain more comprehensive data and provide confirmation of findings. Finally, those data we combine to corroborate each other to enhance our understanding of English teachers' strategies in managing large classes and students' perception of their English teachers' strategies. The research finding answered the 2 research questions of this study. First is English teachers' strategies in managing. Based on the result of data analysis, we found that English teachers use several strategies. First is planning the lesson. The teacher prepared lesson plan before teaching, most of them using books or other English learning searching. Second, organizing and controlling the students. All of teachers set their own classroom rules. Some of them changing the students' seating arrangement to control learning. Some of them move around the classroom, and most of them attempt to remember the names of students in class. Managing classroom. Third, managing classroom communication and talking time. All of teachers use both English and Indonesian to communicate to avoid misunderstanding. All of them delivered the lesson with clear instruction. All of them encourage the student to ask questions about the lesson to ensure their understanding. Fourth, giving written and timely feedback. Some of the teachers marked and corrected student works. One of them provide examples of that requires revisions and return the works to students. Student perceptions of teachers' strategies in managing large classes. First, enhancing the understanding of the lesson. The majority of students understand the lesson with two languages. Most of them understand the lesson when the teacher explains in a simple and concise manner. All students understand when teachers uh, explain it with loud voices. Second, practicing mutual respect. Some students obey the classroom rules because they don't want to disrupt their friends or they want to disrupt their teachers. Third, creating learning comfort. Most of students were comfortable when their teacher approached them to provide individual attention and assessment in learning system of them. Some of them enjoy learning with their friend in several types of seating arrangements. In conclusion, English teacher is managing large classes use several strategies. The strategies were planning the lesson, arranging and the student managing classroom communication and talking time is written and timely feedback on student works. The the managing of students positively perceived toward the strategy will be their English teachers in managing large classes. They found that the strategies were helpful for them in learning English. This perception should be considered a determinant of students' attitude towards learning and respect students' teaching practice in large classes. Although there's no best way to teach large classes, it might be good to receive teachers' strategies in this study. The difficulty of teaching English in large classes adding.